Hey, great Taco Tuesday evening. It is a beautiful evening, a beautiful day in the city of Brownsville, and just a nice hot day. It's kind of funny, but I walked into my office after I went out to lunch, came back, and it was hot as the dickens inside my office, and I'm going like, "What the hell happened?" And then I realized that I actually hadn't turned on the air conditioner. Gabby, I need some mugs. Gabby, I need some mugs. Mugs. Hello, Julia. ¿Cómo estás? But so then I turned on the air conditioner, lickety split, and let me tell you, started to get kind of cool in my office. So it was usually mostly an awesome day. I actually took a big old nap in the afternoon because I fell asleep in my chair. Ramiro, good evening. Hey, awesome pictures for Josh. Congratulations, senior. Saucillos, I've been waiting for you. Gotcha. Love you. Good evening, Joe. Gabi, hermosa. Good night. And hello, compadre. We'll try to go tomorrow. I couldn't go due to work. No problem. I'll be here. I have something tomorrow. Hello, Joe and Tony, Jennifer. Good evening, Joe. Juan, buenas noches. Hey, Papa Chomp! Where have you been, Papa Chomp? Long time no see. Good evening, everybody. Ahora. Whoosh. Hola, chicos. Hola, Diana Hermosa. Good evening, Erasmo, Frankie, and Mr. Lopez. Good evening, Michelle, and Ruth, and Diana, and Renato Martinez. Hey, Antonio, we need you to come back on the show one of these nights, bro. Good evening to all. Hola, Hilda. Hey, Frankie. Hey, Tony. What happened to me? ¿Cómo están? How was it? It was fun. Frankie was there. I didn't make it. Sebastian, come visit me. Oh, you're in San Antonio. Love you. Good evening. I love you, Sherry. JJ, good evening, compa. Buenísimas noches, damas y caballeros. Gracias. Good evening, my friends. Cookie Revolution! Pick up those cookies, people, and support those cookies. We're too good. And yeah, and come back and pick up some more cookies. Let me tell you, let's start off with what everyone is talking about. If we start off on it now, anyone that comes in later and asks about it, we're going to tell them tough cookies, guys. And they're not tough cookies, they're good cookies. But we'll say tough cookies, guy. You should have been here earlier when we talked about it. And the talk of the town was in regards to the meeting that TVA was going to have with the superintendent in regards to what was going to happen because of us being in such a danger zone, which included Rio Grande Valley, Laredo, and also Victoria. And look, guys, there was this awesome little flyer going around, and it had like a megaphone, and it said "Breaking News." You know, did you see that one, Tony?
Yes.
Breaking news, and all the people out there were sending to me like, "Erasmo, look," and I said, "Wait, let's wait, let's find out, let's be patient." Because one of the things that I've experienced here, a lot of times you'll get all excited about something that they mention, and then it's just a letdown. Same thing happened with. Are you okay, Tony?
Sorry, that's my son. He's playing the game. I'm with myself.
I thought your stomach was grumbling. Like, feed that woman. Oh yes. When they did the $5,000, the $5,000 raise, everyone was like, ah, and I said, calm down, folks, calm down. And when they started saying, hey, everyone's going to work from home, the superintendent sent the memo on Friday, and I was going like, calm down, folks. Calm down. And then they started to get the emails from their principal saying, everyone show up. And people were going like, damn, what a letdown. Well, the TVA little flyer that went out there was out there basically saying that, hey, they were going to have a meeting. They were going to talk about it. And then people started to speculate. And they say, well, maybe they're going to let us, work from home. And I said, you know what, guys, that's great if it happens. But don't expect anything from these people. And the megaphone, breaking news, y todo. And we learned today that they had a principals meeting, and principals basically said, nothing changes for now. Nothing changes for now, because they were supposed to have the meeting on Thursday. They changed it for today because they're doing something, I guess, more important than the lives and the well-being of our students and staff. You know, TEA could care less. They're working from home. They haven't been working at their building since January or February. They've been working from home, but they still want everybody else in the state of Texas to go work on campuses. Now, isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. Guys, so that's one of the reasons why, folks, I opted not to share it. I opted not to share it. Now, they say that things may possibly change next week. Guys, stop getting your hopes up. You know, I think it's better at this point to just, take care of yourself, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your children as best as you can, because no one right now is going to throw you a lifeline. No one is going to see for your health, your well-being, because they just don't care. They just don't care. Right now, the only thing that's on the mind of this corrupt board majority and this superintendent is the ADA, and make sure that money is coming in. So maybe next week, maybe. We'll keep you posted. But as of today, nothing changes. Tony, am I right or wrong?
No, you're right. I know that our school, we're still, right now we're working off campus for the next 3 days. I know our principal, I mean, she's doing the best that she can. I know that she's allowing us to work from home the next 3 days, and things might change next week.
Frankie, any news updates?
Good evening, Tony. Hello, Erasmo. Good evening, world. Later on tonight, we will be having a lucky winner. The drawing for $250. So please be patient. We will be doing this later on tonight. Regarding the issue at hand, guys, I think it's very telling. I would want Mr. Ruben Cortez, our state representative Eddie Lucio, our senator, to work hand in hand with Austin. Maybe we can arrange a group of superintendents meeting. That way we can all be on the same page when addressing these issues. One thing that we've seen, guys, is PI. Port Isabel has continued their distant learning, to mid-October. Rio Hondo is doing the same. Why is it that smaller school districts are taking this initiative? And again, we know that it's all about finances. The district has repeatedly stated the reasons why we're doing this is because we do not want to lay people off. We need the money coming in, but we need to have the safety and well-being of everybody as our number one priority. I feel that it's still not safe, and I go back again to the July agenda item, July 15th agenda item that said that we will not go back until it's scientifically safe to go back. Now, what are we relying on that? We've said again how we haven't had any consultation from our medical professionals. So I hope, Erasmo, Miss Tony, I hope that we would work together with our local representatives, with Mr. Cortez, with Mr. Both father and son Lucios, to try and see if we can work this situation out. It doesn't seem right to me for the governor, guys, for the governor to state that we are a hotspot, and he doesn't even address the education issue. He doesn't address the numerous school districts that are still in limbo of whether, do we go back? You're saying it's still not safe. So it's very alarming. I empathize with all the teachers, with all the employees who are kind of in the middle. They do not know how to approach this. They have families of their own. So it's a very tough situation, guys. I would just hope that our district would take a little bit stronger stance in regards to this and give us a little bit of peace of mind.
Well, let me say, guys, that look, they had a best, and I think Kat was referring to, someone was referring to it. Kat had a forum, where they only had one candidate out there. Guys, let me tell y'all something. You cannot have a forum with one candidate only. It is ridiculous. But anyway, one of the questions that the candidate was asked in regards to the numbers, and the candidate basically made the same mistake my opponent made in regards to, you have to go by the numbers that are given, ni modo. No, you don't. Especially when and he mentioned this, especially when you know that the numbers that are being given to you are faulty, are false, are not true. The numbers are not correct. This county commissioner's court, which includes the father of my opponent, they gave us faulty numbers, false numbers. And because of those false numbers, individuals were sent back on campus based on those numbers. And because of those numbers, individuals contracted coronavirus on campus. Some of our people died on campus because the numbers were faulty. Were faulty. I mean, can we all agree that the numbers were faulty? Yes? They were faulty, guys. I mean, it's not... Look, I'm horrible at math. But even me, I knew that 2 plus 2 is 6. I mean, 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. And I knew that a lot more people were passing away in the city of Brownsville than the numbers that were produced by the county, or even voiced out by the city. And our school district was making decisions that affected the well-being of staff and students based on the faulty numbers. We have to have data. Tony, what happens when you have faulty data at work, Tony?
Well, you don't get accurate results. I mean, how can you get anything right when you don't get the right information? It's like, even the numbers today are still not correct. And I mean, they've even said so themselves that they're behind on reporting on numbers. And I think they're even saying that with this past weekend, how things started letting off, people started getting laid back again, numbers are going to rise again. And when are we actually going to see those numbers? Are we going to see them in the actual 14 days? Or is it going to take, 4 weeks before we find out the actual results of that?
Frankie, numbers?
We have to be able to play with a full deck. And unfortunately, I feel we do not have that right now. We have seen a dip in numbers. And yes, we have seen a dramatic change in numbers. But we have to see the bigger picture. Everybody's tired of this COVID situation. If you look at Roadhouse, and I hate to signal out these restaurant, eatery places, these establishments, I'm sorry, but look at Roadhouse. Look at... When you're going north and south on the expressway, look at the restaurants, guys. They're like this. Mm-hmm. Everybody's tired of the COVID situation. Everybody's already up to here. They do not want to deal with it no more. They are over and past that. So we are not having mass testing as we once did. So that could be a large reason why we are not seeing the large increments of numbers of COVID positive cases here for the city of Brownsville. But again, I go back to what the board unanimously voted on the scientific data that they will rely on in order for us to go back. I still haven't heard anything of that sorts. So we are not playing with the full picture, unfortunately. And but then again, and Erasmo's favorite phrase, playing devil's advocate. Tony, if we don't if we say that we are relying on scientific data, guys, okay, that is our reason for opening up shop. What's our counter to the governor stating that it's not safe? So if we're going based on the July 15th 7-0 passing of the school board that said that we will not go back until it's scientifically safe, our governor is saying that it's not safe. You see the contradiction? You see how it doesn't click? Tony, that's why I'm scratching my head like, what am I missing here?
Well, I mean, they decided today. Wasn't the governor part of that decision also? Today's decision? And I mean, he's kind of contradicting himself as well by still allowing us to be on campus. And I get it. I get it. There's a lot of students who are struggling. Our special ed are struggling. I mean, I've been on the phone with some of my students for hours on, during the day, and I'm trying to teach my class and still help them out. And it's very, very hard. And we're probably going to get students next week. I'm sure we are. And I mean, me special ed, all special ed are welcome back. So I'll probably be one of the first ones to go back. And, it's hard because I'll be leaving my kids here at home. They won't be going back for the full year. They'll be staying here until it's absolutely safe. And I think people are very lax right now and they think things are okay, because you're right. Numbers are kind of lower than what they were at the beginning. But the fact of the matter is that this disease is not going away. And we're really not going to get a vaccine. They've already said, CDC has already said that the probability of anybody getting vaccines is mid next year. And they're not even including children in that. It's only going to be strictly adults right now. So who knows if the kids will even be able to get vaccines. And the hard part about it is that they're the ones that have the less symptoms, yet they're the ones that can transfer it on to all the other adults that they live with. And that's, yes, they do have the less symptoms, but some of them actually do die. And that's very shameful. And I really hope that when we go back, that nobody, not one child at our school gets it, and, that they just die, because it's going to be awful. It's going to be awful for everybody.
Maribel, I'm against it. From the beginning, I've said that we should come back until January. We should really focus on distant learning. We shouldn't have athletics, as much as it pains me to say. We should not have athletics for this 2020-2021 school year. We should just focus on academics for this year alone. I'm all for making sure that our employees, our students, our community is safe at home. Now, if the parents, if the family decide to go out on their own and go out and mingle with people, that's on them. But when I'm elected, it would not be on me. I will make sure that the safety of everybody is my number one priority. So I would go to distant learning until January, see how, until then, to better assess the situation. So I don't think I've ever contradicted myself in regards to this. I've always been in favor of distant learning. I want to wait until January and then make a better decision at that time, of course, after consulting with doctors, pediatricians, regarding what is best to do at that time.
Well, you see, and something that Frankie just mentioned right now, Tony, if honestly, and I know it's going to the past, but if we had brought in doctors, nurses, scientists, if we would have brought them in, maybe we would have had a more informed decision-making process in regards to what the next steps needed to be. The problem, and Tony, the problem is we had doctors on here, we had doctors on here regularly, and the doctors were telling us exactly the same thing that a lot of other politicians were telling us as well. We had State Representative Eddie Lucio III here. We had, a Board of Education Commissioner Ruben Cortez on here, and both of them say the same thing. I would not send my children back onto campus. So the politicians were saying the same thing. The doctors were saying the same thing. The only one saying something different was this corrupt school board and this administration. The only ones that were saying something completely different. And that really boggled my mind. It boggled my mind. Why? Because if we were going to base our numbers on data, then we should have in our hands the best data available. And the best data available was going to come from the frontline staff, the individuals that were out there fighting it hands on. I'll give you another example. Look, uh, let's say they have at the previous board meetings, Tony. We've had these deputy superintendents come on and try to dictate. And I'll go into your field, special education. Oh, this is what special education is going to do. They're going to do this, they're going to do this, and they're going to do this. And the reason that they're going to do this is because they've been neglectful of our students. I mean, they literally said that. And you know what? And because of that, we're going to have to be out there monitoring and checking them out. And and if worst case scenario, if COVID does come to the campuses, we're going to have to be out there monitoring and checking them out.
Sorry.
And worst case scenario,
I'm trying to send your link to somebody.
Rookie.
Then if that's the case, then just open the windows. Open the windows. That's what they said. And we're like, huh? Anyway, what's your take on individuals who have never stepped on campus, don't even know what campuses look like, wanting to dictate to you, a special education teacher, how to best protect, teach, safeguard our children?
And that's a thing, because I feel bad because the first people that are allowed back on campus are going to be all special ed students. Granted, not all of them are coming back because some of them have devices and stuff like that. But we are having life skills kids come back next week, and that scares me for them, because they are the ones that are more sustainable, or they're the ones that can get this disease, and they already have pre-existing conditions, some of them, most of them. So for me it's like I'm getting distracted by the timing. For me, I just feel like I feel sorry, I feel bad, and I feel bad because we, the special ed teachers, have to be the first ones back as well. And I know that they're not allowed. My principal is trying to do the best that she can to make sure to accommodate everybody. And it's really hard for her because she wants everybody to be safe. I mean, she did today, she served us lunch and she made sure she delivered to all the classes so that we wouldn't be congregating with each other. I mean, she went to that extent, and she's even put out signs on the floor, people walk this way, and back and forth, because she's trying to minimize. And she tells us constantly she doesn't want us talking to each other, or and it's not so much that y'all are not working, it's so much the fact that she wants to try to maintain that social distancing order. And what parents don't realize is they think, oh yes, my child is going to go back and everybody's going to socialize, everybody's going to be okay. And that's not the case. Once these kids come back, we're still going to practice social distancing. They're still going to be in front of a computer. Why? Because we want to minimize also the fact of how they hand in papers. I mean, we're handing in papers, we're taking papers, that's spread, you're spreading everywhere, you're touching things back and forth. So they want to minimize that. And how do they minimize that? By doing everything on the computer. And it's not that we don't want to teach, it's not that they don't want us to teach either, or just focus on the online kids. It's the fact that they want everybody to, I know our principal wants everybody to be safe. I'm sure that if she could make the decision, we would all be working remotely. But unfortunately, no, we're not lazy. Special education teachers are not lazy. We've been working really hard and trying to maintain some kind of normalcy with our kids. Just sometimes, our kids are special ed. They're not always going to get all the different platforms. They're not always going to be able to do everything that they can online. And even our regular ed kids, our AP kids, all of our kids, they all struggle. And it's not because, it's just they're not used to all this.
No.
They get in and they want to pretend like they're in college, yet they're not doing the work like they're in college. So, it's hard on everybody. It's hard on everybody. And, I really hope and pray that if and when we all go back, and if it is next week, that we can still maintain some kind of social distance between all of us and that we don't end up getting sick. However, I know it's going to be impossible to not have not one single outbreak ever at the school. It's just, it's going to be impossible. I'm sorry.
Richard, I'm going to agree with you, except for the last part. Look, I'm saying that this semester is a waste. No semester is a waste. There is, academia going on. There's the educational process is going on. We have individuals that are willing, to help out. But what needs to happen is that we need to start to work together. In regards to teachers, parents, the community as a whole, find a way to make it work. I mean, I've heard some amazing stories from parents and from teachers in regards to them finding a way to make it work. The problem is the bureaucracy. That is what's sinking us. The bureaucracy. To have people at the top who don't know what the hell they're doing, who give instruction, give a directive, take it back, send something else, take it back, put something else forward, and then ultimately no one knows what the hell is going on. When you got one campus doing one thing, another campus doing another thing, and someone else over here, there's no uniformity. There's no uniformity, and when uniformity doesn't exist, all you have is chaos.
It's like you said, there's no direction from the top. They say one thing to one person and they say another to another, and then people don't know what to do at the very end. So I think some of the principals are also trying hard to, try to figure out what's best for their schools. And, I unfortunately, some just go by whatever they're told, and that's the way it happens.
It is. Bottom line, schools cannot turn away students. If students show up tomorrow, then teachers need to be there. 100%. I guess the issue is it safe to send students onto our campuses? And the answer is no. Is it safe to send teachers onto our campuses? And the answer is no. I mean, look, in the state of Texas, in the time that we've reopened schools, we've had 2,300 teachers test positive. We've had over 2,000 students test positive. Now, what that means for those individuals, the truth is we don't know right now. We honestly don't know. What worries me, guys, is that we're going to find out in 2 weeks. That's what worries me. We're going to find out in 2 weeks what a cluster this all is today. What a cluster this all is today. And all because they didn't want to follow other school district steps, like Port Isabel. Everyone's at home. I mean, guys, and right now I've submitted open records requests to all 3 agencies. I've submitted open requests to TEA. I've submitted open records requests to Region 1. I've submitted open requests to BISD, guys. And none of them have my name on them. You know why I say that I've submitted open records requests to the district, to the Region 1, and to TEA? Because people in the district are just tired. And now they're joining in submitting open records requests. They're asking the hard questions because now they want the answers. Now they want the truth. Did we file a waiver? Did we file the waiver in a timely fashion? Did we file the waiver the way that the state requested us to file a waiver? If we didn't, goodness gracious, we have one of the most highest paid superintendents in the state of Texas. And for them to not get that right, oh my Lord. And anyone that comes out positive in the next 2 weeks, again, is going to be on this corrupt board majority and this administration. Simple as that. Sorry, Michelle, he saw you and he left. He left running. Last semester when COVID occurred, whatever grade a child had is what they ended with. All assignments assigned did not affect their grades unless it helped improve their grade. Richard, I was saying it all last 6 weeks. I was saying that. That's why I was saying shut it down. Shut it down. Ease the stress on teachers and staff and prepare for next semester, for next year. Shut it down. They refuse to shut it down. We should have. We should have started preparing for this since April. We should have. It would have been a lot less stressful for folks. And by now, we would have been at a better place, and everyone would have been at home with hotspots, with iPads, Chromebooks, everything. But we just started ordering some of the stuff 3 weeks ago, guys. It's not going to come in. One of the first dates that they gave the district in order to receive everything was April 2021. That's crazy. April 2021. And the reason for that was because they were so late in the game in regards to ordering. Goodness, if I wanted to order something from Amazon that was for streaming, I mean, everything was on back order. Everything. Everything. Sorry, me too. And again, that is why I didn't want to build up the expectations of our people. That's why I did not share that post. And I received it multiple times. And I said, guys, please wait. So I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news and say, nos adelantamos. Windows in HANA pod, they don't exist anywhere. All BIZ schools have pretty windows with cute curtains and sweet flowers. Open the windows and let the sunshine in and the Rona out. No. That's what Frankie and Carlos have my vote, but I feel Marisa needs to come on to Brownsville Talk so we can hear her platform and answer some questions. I've tried. I've given up trying. I'm trying to give you your 5 in November. I need the 5. And, you could lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. And let me tell you guys, and I say this, and it may sound like a little catchy phrase, in the history of our community, there has never been a more important race. In the history of our community, teachers, staff, parents, students, there has not been a more important race. And I'm going to say that because I received an email and a message from the Brownsville Herald today. They want to run a story and, Erasmo, your criminal background history and everything. And we're like, really? Again? O sea, que no se dieron abasto. It wasn't enough for you to post my story of my Class B misdemeanor on the front page of the Herald every other freaking day for 3 months? That wasn't enough for you all? Now that is an election time, now the corrupt political machine in the city of Brownsville wants to use the Brownsville Herald to ask to write a story about Erasmo Castro's criminal background check? Really? You don't have any space for Sylvia Atkinson going to trial tomorrow? Really? You don't have any space on that stupid rag of a paper to talk about the upcoming federal indictment trial for taking bribes from an undercover federal agent the second week of October? Really? But hey, guys, look, I know that Erasmo sells papers. Erasmo gets clicks. Erasmo gets likes. So you know what? More power to you. So the Brownsville Herald did submit some questions for me. And if you know me, I answered their damn questions. And I posted them on my page. Because guys, you will always hear it from me first. You'll always hear it from me first. And if I may, let's go over the questions. We got a little bit of time. Let's go over the questions really quick because I want people to know. Sorry. I hate, and my post, say it live. I hate local media because it is a tool of the corrupt political machine. It is. They are advertising junkies. That's the only thing that they're good for. That continues to steal from our community. The Brownsville Herald asked questions concerning criminal history background. Perfect. Does your record impact your ability to carry out school board functions in the best interest of BISD students? My response: I have been elected and faithfully served on the Board of Trustees, as you well know. Nothing from my past impacted my ability to carry out my school board functions then, or will they in the future? And let me tell you guys, absolutely nothing. The second question that Aaron asked. Hey, Aaron, given this history and your clear desire to serve on the BISD Board of Trustees, what do you have to say to voters on the issue of trust? They really want to ask me about trust. Should they trust you to uphold the integrity of your position if elected, and why? My response: 2 months after being elected on the board, I spoke with federal agents concerning the corruption still on the current board. To this day, the corruption that still exists on the board today, that, Brownsville Herald, that is integrity. Our local news media has failed in covering with equal intensity the illegalities of the current board members. What a better community we would be if local media focused on the present instead of a person's past. My people know Erasmo Castro. The information you are reporting on now is all old news to all, except local media. Again, guys, there's, people's lives are being devastated today. Parents, students, teachers with anxiety, frustrated. Teachers resigning. Teachers resigning yesterday and today at the district because of their health, their well-being. They're afraid for their lives, the lives of their family. They're resigning, folks. I'm not making this crap up. I'm not making anything up. Oh, but the Herald is concerned about what happened in Erasmo's life back in 1994. Goodness gracious. I know my opponent, little Eddie, Denise, all these other people, they're so concerned as well. They don't care about what's really affecting the people in my community today. They don't. Isn't it funny that they care more about Erasmo's 1994 than your 2020? Come on, man. Come on. Roswell Herald, Channel 4, Channel 23. Guys, I'll be your Huckleberry. Come at me, baby. Because at the end of the day, the Brownsville Herald is not going to decide this election. Channel 23 is not going to decide this election. Channel 4 is not going to decide this election. My people, are going to decide the selection. Anyway, sorry guys. Sorry, but Tony, is there anxiety? Is there stress amongst our staff out there, Tony?
There's a lot. I mean, I can tell you, I've cried almost every week since school started. Luckily, last week was my first week since school started that I had a better week. I know that it was hard getting the new computers, and I know that I complained to Miss Aguilar, and she got me a new computer, and it was hard. It's hard being a parent as well, and trying to maintain your kids, and trying to have class, and I say that because I think I've mentioned before that my son is autistic. He falls under the spectrum, and the very first day while I was giving class, he kind of had like a little bit of a meltdown because the teacher was needing scissors, glue, and all these other things, and he wasn't prepared with the glue or this. I mean, I didn't have that for him, and he was getting really flustered and frustrated because he couldn't. He was falling behind and writing the notes and having everything all together, and I'm in the middle of the class and I can't get up to go help him, and it's hard for me to see him struggle, and for me to not be able to help him. And I think that was the first day of school. On the second day of school, or the Thursday of that first week, I'm in the middle of the class and my daughter comes to tell me that she's passing a kidney stone again, and she had an episode back in May. And I'm in the middle of class. I can't get up. I can't do anything about her pain. And at that point, I just started crying. I mean, it was the day before, and then it was this day, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. And when I go back to school, my kids will stay here, and I will also have to find somebody to watch them or somebody to make sure that my son is doing okay. And, I've already had to take a day off to take my daughter to Corpus, and it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming trying to maintain your classroom, trying to maintain all your students, and then being a special ed student. I also teach 3 classes, and I have my own students that I have to look for. And when you are failing them, you feel like you're a failure. And that's what I've been on the phone on weekends with students. I've done Zoom meetings, at all hours, trying to get them to sign in onto some platform. I've had to sign in for them, try to create things for them, try to get them to do things. And it's overwhelming. It's just, overwhelming trying to take care of your kids at school and trying to take care of your kids here at home and trying to juggle. And it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act for all of us teachers. And especially because we do have a lot more work. It's just a lot more. And it's not because they're throwing it on us. It's because we are trying to maintain some kind of normalcy with our students here at home and trying to teach and trying to keep up with all those kids who are not keeping up with you. And it's very, very, very overwhelming, very stressful. And like you said, the anxiety. And imagine how that's how we feel. Imagine how our students feel. Our students feel it 10 times worse. And unfortunately, being at home sometimes affects us a little bit more, and it affects our students as well. And it's hard. It's really hard. And I'm all for being remote and working from home because it's the safest thing now for everybody. But it's also hard for those kids who cannot access, or who are not learning, or who are not, fully getting the full-blown learning experience from this.
Frankie, your take in regards to the anxiety out there? Frankie, real quick. Richard, I would go to their platform. Real quick, sorry. I would go to their platform. If they invited me to go on a live with them on their page, on their platform, Richard, I would go. I just got off of Real Politics right now, a Republican little page, and I'm going back on it on Thursday. So if my opponent or anyone that's running for BISD right now invited me, I'd say yes immediately. And I'll give you an example. I went on the best forum knowing that they were going to endorse my opponent. I didn't care. I wanted to go on their platform. I wanted to answer the questions. So, Richard, Well, maybe they're not as brave as me, but I'll promise you one thing, baby. If they ever want me to go on a live with them anytime on their pages, sign me up. Sorry, Frankie. Sorry.
No worries. Um, our district has failed to empathize with our community, with our staff. And one thing that I do want to stress is I know it's not easy. I know distant learning comes with many challenges. The teachers have a lot more responsibilities of making sure that their students are logged on, calling parents to see why their child is not actively logging on. You know, you have to maintain that engagement with your students. You have to make sure that everyone is listening, follow along. There is a lot more responsibilities now with this distant learning. I understand that, but it's the safest thing right now. In my opinion, it is not safe for us to go back. I feel that the district has done everything to send us back. We have seen how time and time again they have not have had the proper PPEs, the proper technology in order for us or for the employees, for the staff to be able to be successful. So I do empathize with our staff, with our community. I want y'all to know that this isn't easy. I understand that. And many say, "Oh, well, if we just go back into the campuses, it'll be a lot better. We'll get rid of all the other extra stuff that we have to do." But it's not safe. It's you know, and I've heard the analogy of from our friend. We see a building that's not safe. It could be on fire. I want to go back and retrieve my things. Yeah, but it's not safe. We don't recommend you to go, and we're not going to let you go. Same thing. Numbers may be down, but people are going out more frequently. People are possibly contracting the virus more. So we are putting ourselves at a bigger risk, potentially, if we go back into the campuses. So I empathize with our teachers, with our staff. I do understand that it is harder for distant learning, and sometimes I'm sure Ms. Tony could attest to her not shutting it down until 8, 9, 10 at night. And then after that, she still has to worry about her children and making sure that they are on top of their own responsibilities and schoolwork. So it is hard all in all. I just feel that our district has not empathized as much as I wish with our employees.
Let me say in regards to I think it was me too. Don't worry, Erasmo. They can't trick us. Let me go back. I like this. They can't trick us. None of their propaganda will cover up the heartless of the superintendent. See, and you know, as self-serving as maybe, I agree with me too. I mean, is anything in my past, the deferred adjudication for passing a document, the two bounce checks, the DWI, is anything in my past worse than the actions of this superintendent and this corrupt board majority? Not even close. It's not even close. And it's just interesting. At least I have some teachers who have a job, teach more, college to teach. I didn't know that Brownsville Herald was still around. You'll find out this week. Power tool with all the nooks and crannies. If we could go back, there will even be more extra stuff that we'll have to do. Let's see. What was the 4:30 decision? Nothing. Collaboration with out-of-school districts is necessary. See what is working and what is not. But the rest of the semester, without a doubt, should be held virtually. I agree with Richard. And you see, that's one of the things that we've been pushing for. You know, well, that's one of the things we should be pushing for in regards to, you know, have our administration look at what has been working for other districts, you know, and take from this one, take from that one, and put it into something or other that actually makes some type of sense. Mr. Castro, as a Trump supporter, what are your thoughts on what Trump said today? Affects virtually nobody. Our governor is following this directive. What are your thoughts? I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it again, Virginia. Trump is crazy. Betsy DeVos is even fruitier. Nuts. Stupid, stupid woman. I've said it, and I'll say it again. Greg Abbott, I have a conversation with him every Saturday. Every Saturday, we have a conversation, me and Greggy. And I tell him exactly the same thing, Virginia. You are nuts, bro. Nuts. Because no one should be going back on campus. And I think Patricia was asking the question in regards, can the new board send everyone back? Yes, 100%. And I promise you, everyone goes back home after November the 3rd. Just need your help to make it happen. No one should be back on campus. No one. So I hope I answered the question, Virginia. But yeah, again, and look, and it's a good question. It's a fair question. Let me say, guys, I don't play the Republican card. I don't play the Democrat card. I know a lot of people do. I don't. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. I still want you to come pick up my damn cookies and leave a damn donation. Oh yeah, because everyone says, well, we all bleed red. No, come pick up your damn cookies because everyone's bills are green. And I'm trying to make a funny, folks, but Frankie's not laughing. But anyway, let me say it this way, guys. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. I just don't care. I don't play those party politics. If Trump is going to do something right, I'm going to support Trump. And I'll give you an example. And look, I got a little bit of heat of it from some of the progressive people out there. I don't believe in defund the police. I believe we support the police. Again, when police do bad things, you discipline police. But I don't believe in defunding the police. It's just my stance. I don't, and I'll continue not to believe it. I mean, I understand that the police should be given more resources, more equipment, more training, anything you want, but don't take away. Don't take away. It's a failed, again, going back into it's a failed experiment. Look at what's happening at those cities out there with those crazy people that are rioting and burning down people's small business. Looting the poor. They're looting the middle class, the small businesses. And you want to defund those police departments? Are you nuts? So when Trump says that he's against defunding the police, I'm against defunding the police. If Biden goes out there and says everyone should be virtual learning, I agree with Biden. Everyone should be virtual learning. Easy as that. I don't play those damn politics. But it's a fair question. I like the question. It is hard. Some elective teachers with over 200 students, with some not turning in work. That's a lot of calling houses and emailing parents. End of 6 weeks this Friday. That means one thing: grades. Not only grades, but turning in grades. More documentation, more paperwork. Yay! Now the fun begins, right, Tony?
Yep.
If it is understandable they want students and teachers back and a normal school year. Let me tell you, I want nothing more. I want nothing more than to go see my nephew kill it on the basketball court. There's nothing that I want more. That kid could throw some 3-pointers. Have you seen him, Frankie?
I've seen a time or two.
Swoosh. So, a beast on the court, and you look at him, Porquillo Muroso Flaquencha, and you think like, huh? The guy's got a 3-pointer. I want to go back. I want to go back and see my nephew play basketball. It's not going to happen. Unless, like Minerva says, the virus just miraculously disappears. Poof. It's gone. Still getting friend requests from you-know-who. Little Eddie. Stop sending my friends friend requests. It's not how it works, Papa.
Hey, Erasmo, can I make a request?
Sure.
I actually need to leave, but can we do the drawing?
The drawing.
The drawing for what?
Some soaps that we're gonna be giving away.
Oh yes, some bath soaps. I have them around here somewhere. Guys, bath and oil. What's it called? That place?
Bath and Body Works.
Bath
Bath
and
and
Body
Beyond.
Works.
Bath and Beyond. Some soaps from Bath and Beyond. Is it Bath and Beyond?
Something like that.
Okay, go for it. Erasmo Castro wins. Woo! Awesome! Erasmo Castro wins. Goodness gracious alive.
Let me know when I'm on the screen.
You're on the
You're
screen.
on the screen.
Okay, Tony, pick a number 1 through 3.
2.
Okay, I'm gonna spin the wheel 2 times. So the first one is not gonna be the winner. We're gonna wait until the second one because Tony picked number 2, and this is for 250 buckaroos, pesos. 250 pesos. You have to this weekend to claim your prize. These are all the participants that entered the drawing. So good luck. Remember, Tony picked number 2, so we'll be going with the second winner. Let's go.
God, that's moving very slow. Erasmo Castro. Woo! That's 1.
Mary Sanchez. Sorry, Mary. Thanks for playing. Okay, now this one's gonna be the lucky winner, guys. 250 pesos. Good luck.
Erasmo Castro.
Eric Infante. Congratulations, Eric Infante. You have until this weekend to claim your prize. Contact me, message me. If not, I'll reach out to you. Congratulations, Eric Infante. You won 250 pesos from your friends at Bronco Talk. Don't spend it all in one place. And if you would like to buy cookies, maybe we would accept it. Just kidding. You got to this weekend. I'll give you till Sunday to claim your prize. Get a hold of me Saturday. That way. We'll be having a drive on Saturday at Erasmo. Register to vote drive. Claim your prize there. We'll be there from 10 to 2 on Boca Chica behind Dairy Queen and Chick-fil-A. Claim your prize between that time. Eric Infante. You have until Saturday at 2 p.m., my friend. Thank you, everybody guys, for participating. Guys, you guys have a good night. I got a 10-page paper due. I'm out.
Thank God.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, congratulations, Eric.
That was fun.
Donation time. Just a reminder that yes, thank you for reminding. Saturday we will have the voter registration drive, and besides voter registration, free ice cream. It is hosted by AOBE, and stop by, say hi. I might have. I don't know if I'll have any shirts left by then. Let me tell you guys, the shirts are going like crazy. If I have cookies, I'll break down with some cookies. But I don't know. The cookies are going pretty fast too. That's a good drawing. I'm still working right now, as are some of us from BMS, in prep for tomorrow. I listened to this cast while typing and recording how-to videos. Sorry, man. Thank you, Virginia. God bless. Would the whole board have to agree unanimously? No. I just want 5. That's all I want. I only need 4. But I want 5 to send a message to them. No, would not have to be unanimous. I just need my 4. Now with the new CDC guidelines, they think that is what is being said by the governor is true. The problem is our rep governor loves kissing rumps behind. I agree. No weenies on Saturday. Only ice cream. Stop by and say hi, take a picture. November 3rd, November 10th. As soon as we're sworn in, if I get my 5, I promise you, special call board meeting, and we will reevaluate the situation in regards to COVID-19. As soon as the votes are canvassed, a week after the election, after we are sworn in, I will request an emergency meeting. I promise. Erasmo, you should try to get Greg Abbott to come on your show. Uh, politics. I love Greg. Distance learning is a way for parents to learn to the material. Don't you think we should offer those parents a GED? Let me tell you, that's an amazing idea. I think, Garcia, Amy, that we already offer distance learning. And if we don't, we should, for adult continuing education for GED. I think. But I'll find out as soon as we're back on the board. Super said for every semester, the parent have an option to keep their kids at home. Parents choose to keep them at home, they can stay at home. Amen. You see? Oh, hello, hermosa amore. Frankie broke up with one of the cougars. Huh?
I was gonna say, I think that survey for BISD, I think, is gonna go out every 6 weeks so that the parents can decide whether or not they want to have their kids at home or at school every 6 weeks. They'll have a choice.
Yay! More surveys. October 30th is a snapshot. So if students at home, as long as they log in and are counted present, if they do not have internet access, call the school and check it with the office. Awesome. The poor rock never hurt anyone. It's just a rock. It's just a rock. I wish I could find the rock at a thrift store in Austin. Because the city always throws away everything that they have in Austin. If I could only find the rock in Austin, Texas. And I should try to get Greg Abbott to come get cookies. That's a great idea. I might send him some cookies. At the last minute, the district is making students go check point assessments when our grades are due soon and they have to finish our work in time. It's crazy. Sorry, sleeping. There's employees all over the city that didn't get the chance to stay home to be with the kids and their families since the pandemic started. We had to be out there providing for too many of you. We couldn't afford to cry or bitch and still kick ass working. And let me tell you, I focus more, Rudy, on the people that don't have a chance to see their kids, to see their families anymore, because they passed away from coronavirus. Those are the ones that I'm focused on. So, bro, at the end of the day, I'm sorry that the city has given you, a hard time. There's no reason for every entity out there to be like the city. And if that is the case, let's not be like the city. Let's govern with a little bit more heart. My take. Yesterday, you were asked about sending us back home after November 3rd. Your answer was different from tonight's. No, my answer has always been the same. No one should be back on campus as soon as we are sworn in, Peppermint Patty, which is, unfortunately, look, the reality of the matter is November the 3rd is the date that ultimately is going to decide, because that is election day. There is a process. It's called canvassing of the votes. We have no control over that. We don't have any control over that. It usually takes 3 to 7 days. After 3 and 7 days, we are sworn in. After we are sworn in 2 hours, we can have an emergency board meeting. I think I've been consistent with my answer. Now, in regards to everything changes November the 3rd, it does, because it marks the election. But the votes have to be canvassed. It's just a political process. We don't get sworn in. It's not our choice. We don't get sworn in till 7 days later. Again, I wish it was right then and then. If they would swear us in that same night, con ganas. It's just the process. But let me know how it differs from what I said yesterday. I don't think it did. I'm a huge basketball fan. Let me know when your nephews plays. Yes, trust me, I'll post it regularly. He's a beast. I'm not even joking. And is what And is what is up with isolation rooms schools are creating in case students get sick? Are they just going to increase the spread of the virus? Yes. The way they're being planned, yeah. Again, and it's not our nurses' fault, guys. Our nurses are really, really trying. But the truth of the matter is, I've posted it. The nurses haven't been given the proper PPE. They haven't. Come on, they're getting fashion masks. Our teachers are getting fashion masks. Not very safe. Yep, all we want normal. We all want normal. By now, I would have taken hundreds of photos of football and volleyball for yearbook. My students love my action photos in their yearbook. There's one photo that I loved from David Castro, the one he took of me. And actually, he made a calendar of it. They were doing these calendars at Manzano Middle School. Awesome calendar. I want the smelly good soaps. I wish your name would have come out tonight. And then I would have given you soaps. Wow, that's a lot of names on the raffle. There was a lot of names on the raffle. Shoot, sorry. The winner is Richard. No, we still had a lot of staff working since the pandemic started and never cried about it. Unfortunately, some became lazy after the pandemic.
Is he talking about me? Because I'm not crying about working. So I don't know. I cried because I had issues at home and I couldn't control them. But I don't know who he's talking. Is he talking? I don't know who he's talking about crying.
Rudy. It's kind of a rash statement, man. And let me tell you, I think a lot of the individuals out there, I mean, they love their families. They love their parents. They love their children. A lot of individuals want is for their children and their families to be safe. And I've wanted to cry throughout this pandemic. I wanted to cry when I knew that my nephews had tested positive. I mean, I hardly cry, but I was moved to tears when my nephews had tested positive, and it's very, very frustrating. And let me say something: it's a horrible burden to carry, So it's kind of a weird deal, but I would say that it's probably harder on the psyche, to think for a moment that you brought something to your children's home, and after I found out my nephews tested positive, I was dying to do the antibody test. I actually did the antibody test here live. And when I found out that I tested negative, or okay, I never had the coronavirus, it was a big weight that was lifted from me, But it wasn't because, I've never had it. It's because I then knew that I had not given it to my nephews, So it's just a big burden, Rudy. And I know, man, a lot of y'all want to portray yourselves as very tough and rugged and redneck and whatever type of Mexican or something. That's fine, bro. We're all not that way, You should make some snickerdoodle and Oreo cookies. I love snickerdoodle. I've never actually ever made any Oreo cookies, but snickerdoodle I love. What's your favorite cookie, Tony?
My favorite cookies, Oreo cookies. I love Oreo cookies.
I love Oreo cookies. That double stuffed ones.
I do the thin crisp, the thin ones sometimes, and then sometimes I do the regular Oreos. Every once in a while, I get the pecan sandies. I like to stuff them in a cup with milk. And people look at me weird for doing that, but it just depends.
That flyer for Saturday looks sweet, right? Let me tell you. That middle picture on that flyer on Saturday, that middle picture is the killer. This guy's face. Thank you, Papa. I love you. Why can't BISD learn to do what Mexico is doing to keep everyone safe? You know what? It's and Mexico, Mexico came out with this amazing concept, that they're streaming their education. Secretary of Education in Mexico streaming teaching over the TV station, over the TV station. And I thought that was amazing. Can you imagine if we had, can you imagine if we as a district had a TV station? Oh, wait, we do. Sorry. It's an amazing idea. I love it, Precious. You're so precious. Erasmo, if you think BISD is bad, you should see all the adult daycares. Elderly don't get a chance, changed and fed. It's crazy. I don't think a lot of, well, I'm not sure, but let me tell you, uh, I really wish that they would have put a lot more restrictions in regards to the adult daycare centers out there. They haven't. They didn't. It's kind of scary. Parents are getting tired and confused with all the surveys. Survey. Erasmo, are you wearing shorts or pants? Pants. And socks.
Alien sucks.
Alien pink socks. But I do have pants on today. The super in Cantu said, if windows can be open, open. Oh, they're so stupid. They're so stupid. If windows can be opened, open. Please don't tell me they said that. Please tell me you're joking. My lord, my lord, my lord. You should lead the distance learning. Hey, I love a parade. Da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun. Raiders of the Lost Ark. My rock. Where's my rock? What's up with the Charlie Brown cast in the comment? I just need Snoopy's on here too. I think. Goodness me, guys, let's finish these so we can leave. We are a punto caliente. Even La Pingüina agrees. Just a bad plan, and they don't even ask for help. Sucks. Does PPE supplies from China? The school district main building on Price Road is up for sale. The highest bidder, yes, vendors. Oh, someone, Miss Miller. Sorry, Miss Miller. I apologize. Yes, I'm a little bit concerned that our nurses department was moved from the second floor, from the first floor to the second floor at CAB. You shouldn't have done that. Socialist. I didn't know to enter. Y'all walk like paper scissors. Dr. Cantu said that they have ordered N95 masks and gowns and other PPE. Que chulos. For the nurses and office staff in the front line, and that it's on back order. Well, guess what, guys? Come to my office and pick up the N95 masks, because unlike the district, we prepared. Que vergüenza. But you know what, Tony? This goes back. Why is it that they're always following my lead? I have to mention something for them to react. My goodness gracious. Can you imagine when I get back on that board? My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Unfortunately, by November, it might be too late for someone.
Mhm.
Yes, it's very true, Jesus. That is why. In the meantime, it's only 42 days away, 41 now. In the meantime, the responsibility of maintaining safe, healthy, and secure is on each individual right now, because our leadership in the city of Brownsville, in the county, and in the district have failed us. Where is Vienna sausage tonight? I mean, little Eddie, does he think he nailed the so-called forum? Yeah, he's all proud of himself. He did crapping. As a teacher, the only thing I'm going to cry about will be the loss of any of my BMS students. Yeah. Praying for best case scenario school year. Yes, Robert. And I will be right there next to you, crying. I promise you. First day of fall. Yes! I should have worn something more fallsy. Best will endorse your opponent because Patrick is not a responsible person, and their membership will decline more than ever. Folks, supposedly they will be sending out the ballots to everyone at best tomorrow. Vote Erasmo. I mean, how else could you vote? Erasmo, I received a postcard ad from your opponent. My daughter cut out her face and shredded it. My daughter said, "We vote for Erasmo." Woo! I love your daughter, Eddie. It's one smart cookie. Good job. Thank you, Papa. Keep on tearing up that crap. Thank you. You should have a cookie contest. I win. La Cassettes. Imagine the BIC district with a billion board members. We don't. Saludos. No, 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 no. Hey, little Eddie. It would be interesting to find out how many teachers are filing their retirement. Too many. Again, I have messages from a couple that already retired. One retired on Monday, one retired today, or found options. How was the parade today? Big turnout. There was actually a lot of vehicles out there. There really were. There was not a lot of people lining the streets, but it was a beautiful parade. Thank you, Gear Up. Thank you, Ms. Garzoria. Thank you, Principal Solis at Porter. Thank you, everyone out there that made the parade today a huge success. I was actually in it today, and I got a couple of, hey, for some reason, people recognize me. I don't know why. We'll be ready by next weekend. Woohoo! Let me know, please. Well, the BISD can go mask in the BISD can go mask in Mexico. Can buy masks in Mexico. Maybe. Is it full blast back on school on Monday? Not everyone. It's still phasing out, phasing in. And they've already given the list. The list haven't changed. Everything's the same. Tony, did you get your PPE package? Each teacher was supposed to get your mask, face shield, sanitizer, and desk wipes. Each teacher was given one according to Superintendent Dr. Cantu. Yes?
I did. I had a box with some stuff in there, yes.
Awesome.
It had the wipes, it had a roll, it had a spray, and it had a big bottle of a pump. I think it was sanitizing spray. And gloves. I got gloves, and I got a whole bunch of masks and face shields.
Good. At least there's that. N95 masks?
No, not N95. They were just the regular little masks.
Well, I have some for you.
Yes, I need to go pick one up.
Are teachers getting early retirement incentives? Not as of yet. They haven't been offered because school just started. They usually offer that January, February, March. Yeah, when everyone's ready to retire. I mean, lava los calcetines. I don't too much. Guys, let me say this, guys. Again, to everyone out there, anyone that is working with students, be it anyone that's directly with students, even if it's Head Start, private school, charters, come by and pick up some masks. I have N95 masks for anyone that is going to interact with our children. Please come pick them up. Come pick up some cookies too. I got a couple of those if I haven't eaten them all yet. The teacher haters don't seem to understand that some schools is the place for your children to go to. Not just teachers. If there's an outbreak in a school, you better believe things get worse. Yeah, and that's apples and oranges is 100% correct, guys. I mean, take into account, if one individual has coronavirus on campus, they get there at 8 o'clock in the morning. By 4 o'clock in the afternoon, easily you're going to see 20 to 40 individuals have come in contact with that individual. Guys, these are our students, guys. Our students they're not going to social distance as much as we want them to, They're not. Look at guys. Some of our people on campus are not social distancing as they should. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. So, come on, man. I mean, I've seen the picture, and again, and I'm glad that they recognized the Teachers of the Year for last year. Congratulations and everything. It was a mistake. They had over 100 individuals at the Glass Palace. Hundreds of people in there. There was no social distancing. Why is it so important to take pictures? Guys, there's other ways to recognize our Teachers of the Year. There's other ways. Give them a damn check. They'll probably appreciate that more than a basket that the superintendent touched with the same gloves over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, it might be okay for the first person that got a basket, but can you imagine the 50th person that got a basket? Gosh, all darn it mighty. Guys, you got to social distance. And I try to stay away from everyone here at my Kingdom studio. Tony, last words.
I just wanted to give a couple of shout outs to the Cisneros family and the Lobos football, and also to my friends and family who have been supportive of me and coming on here. And also, I do want to say, we cry out of frustration. I don't think we cry because we have to work. Things have been a little bit frustrating. It's been a balancing act for all teachers, having to, balance everything out at home, at school, at work, everything. And, it's not because we don't want to work, and it's not because we're lazy. I think, a lot of us are just trying to, make everything good for our students and make it easy for them, and it's not easy, and it's hard for us because we can't be there to actually show them, but I think a lot of us are trying, and we're all working hard to make this remote learning work for everybody.
You're doing a heck of a job. So thank you for everything you do, Tony, for our students. Thank you for everything you do for our staff. And I know my Lopez family out there, a good bunch of folk. Good bunch of folk.
Yes.
I propose to spray the next whole month so that demons can run away from BID Glass Building. Voted Erasmo 2020. Preach. Guys, again, a reminder on Saturday from 10 to 1, I think. Anyway, AOBE is going to be sponsoring a meet and greet ice cream social. It will be at Dairy Queen on Boca Chica. As soon as they send me the flyer, I'll be sharing it. There is a couple of other flyers going out, and you'll probably be seeing them hopefully sometime around this weekend. And guys, if everything is okay, then vote for my opponents. I have several opponents in this race. I'm not fighting this race with only one opponent. If everything is great in your life, then keep it the same and vote for my opponents. If everything is not right, or you have an inkling or a feeling that things could be a little bit better, then just give me 5. It's not been a normal school year, and it has been frustrating enough to shed some tears. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely
Guys,
right.
just give me my 5. Help me get that 5. Call, take people to the polls, work this campaign like you've never worked any campaign, or if you haven't worked a campaign and you don't know how, come by my office and I'll tell you what to do. It is the cookie revolution, and I still have shirts. I only have like 50 shirts left. I mean, I've already given away 50 of the shirts. It's crazy. Guys, I'm not going to order any more shirts. I've never given away 400 shirts in my life. I don't think I've given away 400 shirts total in all my previous races, and I've run like 6 times. Guys, tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning, we will see you here. Guys, be good to each other, and please, please continue to be good to me. God bless.
Thank you.